What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammock, the self-aware diagnosed narcissist known as mental illness, and welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. Short edition, y'all. Short edition, 5 minutes or less. Today's episode is going to be about how narcissistic people, toxic people, ruin holidays and big events, celebrations. Y'all know the jazz. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. Thank you so much. So if you're with a narcissist, don't expect to have good birthdays, holidays, special events, and things like that. And if you're new here, I'm a narcissist. I actually have narcissistic personality disorder. So during the holiday season, doing big celebrations, doing birthdays and things like that, there's too much going on for that narcissistic person because narcissists have limited emotional capacity, and holidays and all this other stuff, these celebrations and, special events, there's nothing but emotions going around. There's celebrations. There's too much. So a lot of narcissistic people like myself, I would completely disconnect during holidays. Just phase out, and my negative energy would bring down everybody else's energy around me. I would separate myself from the group and things like that just to be by myself. And I know what you're going to say. You're like, well, I do that too, Lee. I'm not a narcissist. Intent matters. If you separate yourself from everybody else doing a special event just to be by yourself a little bit because you need to cool down, that's different than separating yourself on purpose to draw attention away from the person being celebrated or the actual event that's being celebrated. Narcissistic people want to make it about them even if it's not about them. Hope this helps. So quick hit, in and out, y'all. Literally in and out. 5 minutes or less, like a shopping spree. You got 5 minutes or less to convey this point. Narcissistic people, y'all, are uncomfortable around most holidays that don't center around them. That don't center around them. They're going to make everybody else, if the narcissistic person, toxic person is uncomfortable, they're going to make everybody else uncomfortable as well. If they are not the center of attention, if the spotlight is not on them, they're going to get the spotlight on them one way or another. It could be through arguments, or it could be through absolute silence and disconnecting from people. Like I said in the video, disconnecting during a big event or a holiday or something like that does not necessarily make you a narcissist. If you need to decompress by getting away from the crowd and whatnot, you have anxiety or whatever you have going on. But if you need to decompress and get away from the crowd and take a break for a little while, that's not the same as narcissism. Intent matters. If your intent is just to decompress and go back to the crowd, cool. But if your intent is to decompress, go away from everybody and make sure and make it noticeable that you're missing. Hey, where's your husband? Hey, where's your wife at? We're looking for them. We can't find them anywhere. So can you point them out? And then they argue, and then they fuss, and then they fight when you find them and things like that. When they ruin celebrations or events, or they don't show up to the celebration or event. You graduate from college, you graduate, you get a promotion or whatever. They're celebrating something is happening in your name, in your honor. They might not even show up. And then they'll argue with you about it when you get home. Like, where were you at? You didn't show up to the celebration. Why did you need me there? It's not about me, it's about you. Boom, argument. Narcissistic people have limited emotional capacity, and being around big events, holidays, Christmas, birthdays, whatever, it's a highly emotional time, y'all. It just is. So narcissistic, toxic people, whatever, will disconnect from you, disconnect from everybody else because of the emotional overload. And they'll make it about them some way, shape, or form. You end up arguing. The same thing applies to traveling and things as well, y'all. Special events, birthdays, holidays, anything that the narcissist cannot take credit for that is not about that narcissist or toxic person, they're going to ruin it, y'all. They just are. So stop expecting holidays to be different. That's the definition of insanity, y'all. Narcissistic people will drive you crazy, make you feel insane. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You expecting a holiday to be better 15 years into a relationship with a narcissist, stop it. Stop it. It's not going to get better. This is your holiday. You don't have to look. You're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't. So you might as well not include them. They're going to argue with you anyway. They're going to either ruin the event while they're there, or they're going to argue with you about it later. So celebrate with your friends and family first, that they will actually appreciate you and celebrate you, and then tell them later on or something like that. Y'all save the good news for later when you're living with a narcissist or toxic person. Save it. You know what I mean? Because they're going to try to downgrade your good news anyway. But yeah, okay, and always use discretion, y'all. Always use discretion because some people are violent. Some people put their hands on you or not. But anyway, y'all, quick hit, 5 minutes or less. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more. And as always, mental illness is out. Peace.